Welcome back. Well, we have Jeff here who's going to give us some new numbers for COVID and a couple of other things on our internal outage that we had here over the last couple of weeks, actually. Right. So good news is on the horizon for that. So.
I think so.
Good. All right. Well, welcome.
Good
nice,
morning
happy
to
Monday. So we've got a few new numbers to share with people regarding COVID numbers. And as I think we've talked in the past, California really isn't doing nearly as bad, it would seem, as some other states now that we've been hearing about over the last couple of days.
Yeah, just recently the numbers throughout the East Coast and especially the Midwest have seen big numbers, and so on Saturday and Sunday they actually hit in the 80,000 number of cases throughout the United States, which is the highest numbers since going back to the very beginning when we were calculating these cases. So I don't know if that's, East Coast has gotten some cold weather already. I don't know if it's part of that, but it's something for us here in California to be very careful about and to be conscious of and continue to wear our mask and social distance, because that seems to be the one thing that's working right now as they work very hard to get a vaccine. Obviously.
Right, and as the weather changes, as I was mentioning today, the wind was so extraordinary that you could see some of the tents outside of the restaurants were all like a little ball. And so those will be challenges going forward if they're going to try and still have outdoor seating.
It is, and in a windy environment, nobody really knows, does that transmit it easier? Who knows, type of thing. But that wind is dangerous out there, and be cautious of, especially being careful with regards to fire danger, because it's out there. Woke up this morning very smoky where I was at because San Diego Canyon's got a fire. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
So they're battling it right away, but it had all shifted down into the rest of Orange County. So very smoky this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, so to COVID-19 in particular, 247 cases in Orange County. Again, we've been staying in that 240, 250 range now. Unfortunately, we were down below 200 there for a while, so we've stayed in the number of cases that were up there. Unfortunately, there's 3 additional deaths reported. So if you look at those deaths, we had last week, we had 11 and 11, and then now 3. Again, the importance there is that 2 of the residents that unfortunately passed away were just living in normal housing, and 1 was in skilled nursing. So skilled nursing and nursing care and assisted living have been obviously hit the hardest, but we should be aware of that. Good news is our hospitalization rate at 150 and ICUs at 55 has actually gone down just a little bit. So maybe again we got over that hurdle. Even though the cases are 247, maybe these are more I'd not say benign cases, but certainly the lower level cases and aren't needing the hospitalization.
Right.
That's a good thing.
Exactly.
When it goes to our big numbers, though, we're still up in that red category in substantial, tier 2, and that's 4.6 on our daily rate, and then health equity quartile positively rate, that's at 5%, and that needs, again, those both need to get into to get to that moderate, we got to get below 4. So
they added something here.
Yeah, that's the new one on that health equity quartile.
Gotcha.
A part of that is, again, going back to, I mentioned to you that one of the things that they're looking at is not just the average for Orange County, but also looking at specific areas in Orange County that have higher rates and making sure that they get those rates down, not just an average, because you could have some areas like the Village that has a very low average, can pull down the average, which is good.
Yeah.
But it could be telling a false statement that in Orange County you don't have it anymore, or you got no moderate, which isn't quite the case, because we have some areas that are still up in that widespread situation.
Right, and then we're still looking at 4.6%. So we're not moving out of the red anytime soon until we can see that go way down.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
The tests are still going well, as the amount of tests that are being done. So that's that's a good news. So we want to continue to get people tested. More data, the better results that we have knowledgeable about. So that's a very positive thing. So
Right.
we're over 1 million cumulative tests that have been done in the county. So that shows you a lot of tests have been done. So that's real positive from that perspective.
Right. And behind the scenes, there are quite a few companies that are pushing a lot of the testing. And I read last week that there was a few front runners that are really producing a lot more. So they've combined a couple different companies together to really make sure some of these tests are readily available.
And Orange County Health is still doing the big, what I'll call mega test places, like up in Anaheim at the Anaheim Convention Center, and they were looking at the Honda Center and those places as large areas so they can do large number of testing. So that's really good.
Yeah, and then of course you can always find that information at ochealthinfo.com, and there is a little click in the middle there that you can click on testing sites, so it'll tell you where they all are. So.
And there's a lot of good data on those websites, so if you have any questions with regards to what's going on in the state as well as the county, it's a good place to go.
Exactly. All right, well, good. Well, hopefully we'll continue to have maybe better information as the weeks go on. At least that's what we hope for.
Right.
And then regarding our internal network outage, you have additional information.
Yeah, well, the good news is we had that network outage last week. Obviously our IT department and everybody working very hard to get everything back up. So our phones are back up, our emails are back up. Those are the two that were severely impacted right away. In our maintenance scheduling system is still being worked on to get that up. So you'll be able to mail in your request. We'll be able to log that in with regards to our work plan and get that out to our troops. Right now, their computerized scheduling system is still down, so we'll be doing it manually or through spreadsheets. But you can at least contact us. I want to make sure people can, use their the resident services email and also call resident services. Mondays are always kind of a hectic day with people calling in over the weekend. I had this problem or this problem. Right. So I would ask for our residents to be aware of that. If you can wait till tomorrow to call in or email, it will make us more efficient in getting through today's workload.
Right.
And then also on our financial recreation, all of that's good to go. We had that up last Friday actually. Right. And so all of those activities with regards to registering for classes or golf or pickleball, any of that stuff still good to go, and our financial services is back up.
Gosh, good to know, because I know that was quite a struggle there for a little while, and it's scary when something like that happens because you just don't know where everything is.
And we continue to work on it very diligently, and hopefully by the end of this week we'll have everything back to what I'll call the new normal, I guess.
The new normal, yeah, no kidding. We were just talking about that. So, all right, well, good stuff. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again on Friday.
Sounds great. Thank you, Lisa.
All right. And stay tuned, because Elsie Addington is going to give me a quiz on my knowledge of the voting. So stay tuned.